Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kev and in this video I am going to do my September wrap up. So last month I read 7 books and I can call that month as ebook reads because I read 5 books as ebook and I read 2 physical copies. My goal was to read 10 books but I have to cover my syllabus too. That's why I just read 7 books and I'm going to talk about this book, so let's get started. So the first book I read this month is Binti by Nnedi okorafor, and this is a sci-fi novella. And this is very short, that's why it's called novellas. And this was about a girl who came from a Humba society, and she was the first person to go outside Earth. I mean, go to universe, space. And when she was going to the space, her space was attacked by some aliens, and how she just get out of everything. This was her story and it was really good. I just loved it, and so that's why I gave it 5 stars, and this was so amazing. And the next book I read is, the name of this book is Secret by Pseudonymous bosch, and this was the most interesting and my most favorite book of last month because this is funny, fascinating, and this is very good kind of book. I just liked it. This is very adventurous book, and this is the main protagonist of this book is Cassandra and Max Ernest, who were 11 years old, and they were trying to find a magician who was dead in his own house. And this is really just amazing. I just loved this book, and when I finished it I just wanted to tell you guys about this, how much this is good. The most important part of this book is the first page of the book says that do not read this book. That's why it makes more interesting to read it, because it's a human nature. If you say don't do this, then everybody will like to do the same thing, and that is the main part of this book. That's why we go read maximum about it. And I like the most important thing is that the story goes, and with it the author tell us why he write this, why he want you not to read it, where he want to stop you, everything. And that was the most interesting thing in this book. And this was the story of Cassandra and Max Ernest, and there was a very funny story about this boy Max Ernest and how his name was like this. And Cassandra was kind of girl who liked to predict all the bad things happen, and she just thought that she will predict and everything will happen. But there was a story also about her name Cassandra, why she is called Cassandra and why she feel like she can predict each and everything that is happening or that can be happen to everyone. And the book is so good that when you read, you won't feel like I'm reading a book. It feels like you're watching a movie. It was so entertaining and so adventurous just that I end up giving it 5 stars because that was so amazing. I just loved this book very much. Next I read Manic by Terri, and this was her story. This is she writes about how she worked with her manic and depression and everything. This was all about her story, and I don't like this book. It was so boring kind of book because it was her story, how she goes through her mental condition, all things, and I really don't like it. So I just end up giving it 3 stars, and that was not so interesting to read. Next I read is Mortar India by Amish, and Amish is such a genius person. He is amazing because he writes everything that we can't even think about it. He just take it to another level, and that's why he is my favorite author in Indian authors. And I just love his writing because whenever he writes it look like that yes, he has done all the service about it and he has that knowledge. And this book is all about his speeches and how he wrote his Shiva trilogy and everything. And through this book I come to know so many things, like why Ram is called Purushottam, Maryada Purushottam actually, and why Shiva is not known by this name. And that was so interesting to know, and I just loved this book, so I end up giving it 4 stars. Next I read is The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway, and this book has won Pulitzer Award, and that's why it's very special. And this is about a story of an old man who is a fisherman, and from a long time he did not get any fish, and so that's why everyone think that he is old, he can't do anything. But one day he went to sea, and he just found out a very big fish. He was not expecting that one, but he got it. And this is all about a story about his courage and his trust on himself, how he fight with that big fish, and how he just feel about himself that he is not old, he can do all the things that everyone do. And this was a really interesting. He got with shark attacks and everything, but the most important thing I like about this book is the confidence and the trust on himself, because the old man never left it. He just think about, yes, I can do it, yes, I can do it, I will do it like this, everything. And one of the best things that I came to know from this book is that talking to yourself is really not a bad thing, because in this book the old man kept talking to himself because he was all alone in the sea. And I just think that when you talk to yourself, your mind comes with great ideas, and it just behave as a great companion. And that's why if you talk to yourself, this is not bad, it's a good habit, because it will just bring out the most special things and courage and trust from you. Next I read is Fangirl by Rowell, and this is all about this girl named Kath and Simon Snow show. And this was really in hype, that everyone was talking about this book, that this is very nice book, everyone likes it. But I don't like it that much. That was not so interesting to read, because I prefer thrillers and non-fictions actually. But this is kind of things is going normally and everything happening, and it's all about cat all the time. So I just don't like it much, but it was a good. You can read it if you like it, and it was nice to read, because the good thing in this book is the foundation between Rain and Kath, who were twin sisters, and that was really amazing, and that's why it's a nice book, I guess. I end up giving this book 4 stars, because this is not so good to give it a 5 star. So if you like, you can read it. The next book I read is George by Alex Gino, and this was a story about a transgender boy who just wanted to live as a girl, but everyone call him a boy, and that's why he feels so bad to be called as boy, and he like to be treated as girl, want to wear girl's clothes and everything, but he can't say it openly because this was a really serious matter. And let me tell you one thing, this is a banned book, and I don't know why this is banned, because there is nothing so it can be banned. And it was so good to read about something different genre or something different subject which are not known publicly. But this book is so good, I like it everything, because how someone feel when they find out that they're transgender, or they can't tell the society what they are. And I give it 4 stars, and I like this book, and I think everyone should read it, because there is nothing to be got banned. So this was really nice book. So guys, that's it. This is the 7 books that I read last month, and if you have read any of these books, let me know that you agree with me or not, and you are agree with my ratings actually. So comment below which book is your favorite and how much you liked it. And that's it for today. We'll be back with another video. Until then, bye bye.